I have watched episode 6 of the Rings of Power, and I think this is the perfect time to make this video because the theories that I have gathered have only been solidified with more and more unsettling knowledge from watching that episode. Good evening, ladies and gents, my name is Helzo and it's in the middle of the night. I have my cheap Timu light shining on my absolutely horrendous face for all of you to watch, and I'm scratching my head and trying to keep my sanity after watching episode 6 of the Rings of Power. Now, I've wanted to make this video for a week now because with the progression of the story of the Rings of Power, certain theories where they have been posted in all seriousness or a bit jokingly have started to emerge, and I have gathered some and I have concocted some of my own in order to see how well our foresight and wisdom can reach into this abhorrent TV show and how much we will be right at the end. So without any further ado, I want to present you the top 5 outrageous theories for the Rings of Power that I personally believe might come true. Number 5. Adar is Celeborn. Now, this might sound a bit off because Adar is supposedly someone who was imprisoned by Morgoth, then by Sauron, and has been for several hundred years in the service of orcs, and actually almost entirely confirmed that he was probably the creator of the orcs that we are seeing now, implying that there weren't orcs before he created them. I will explain further in the review once I post it, but the Twitter user Adar, for whom I have the utmost respect, she's an amazing person, she's very talented, and she's posting a lot about respect for Tolkien and is very critical about the show, has posted the following. He's Celeborn, wanna bet? And she's posting a picture from the end of episode 5. So this might sound a bit outrageous, but I think that this theory might actually pan out because he is an elf and he has been with the orcs for several hundred years. We haven't seen Celeborn. We know somewhat that he is missing, that he might be captured, he might be dead, so he might just turn out to be Celeborn, which would make his eventual hate for Sauron and clash a love story. And if you don't believe me, you just need to watch my videos to see what I mean and to watch the Haladriel trailer that Amazon Prime posted themselves before the season started. Will it pan out? I don't know. However, at this point, everything is possible. We have seen the lore of the Palantir destroyed. We have seen the lore of Tom Bombadil destroyed. We have seen the lore of the Hobbits, the different Hobbit family destroyed. We have seen the lore on Gandalf destroyed. We have pretty much seen all the lore for Rings of Power destroyed at this point. And there's still more to squash and disassemble and just pervert more and more because we still have several more episodes to go. Number 4. Nori will be the one to create the Shire. Now, this one comes from the user Disperu, and I very much want to thank him for writing that, even though I do believe that it was a bit jokingly. However, seeing episode 6, I do believe that this is actually a valid theory because in the episode, there is a scene where Nori is talking to the store boss and she's actually telling her to move, to start traveling like the Harfoots have done. And if you remember from episode 4, I don't believe that I'm remembering which episode every information was from. There was a legend, you see, about an ancestor of the store who went with the Harfoots to search for better lands with rivers and everything. And so Nori to be the one to lead the stores to the promised land like some sort of halfling Jesus does sound very viable for the show. Will it be good? No. It will not be good. It will be horrible, like everything in the show at this point. However, it is a viable theory, and I am willing to bet money that this will actually happen. Maybe not in this season, maybe in the next season if it comes to it, if they don't decide to become smart and pull the plug. We'll see this coming true. Number 3. Smigo and Digo will be with the stores. This is from That Chick in the Hat. This is actually the response to a tweet of mine that I asked people to give me their own theories about the Rings of Power, and she wrote to me this one that they will be with the stores. And I want to add to that theory that I think that this one, nobody, the one that is currently mooching over Nori's friend, will actually change his name to Smigo, and it will be foreshadowing, you see, for the future, because Smigo and Digo were part of a family with the great matriarch, which we have already probably seen, and when they are out there in the river, Smigo will kill Digo. Maybe he'll be Digo, maybe not Smigo, but still, I think that both of these parts of this theory are viable. And if that happens, I'll just open up a fortune teller shop and predict everyone's future, because if a show with such a budget is that predictable, then I think every sort of major studio creativity is here and forevermore dead. Number 2. Now this is something that I haven't seen anyone posted, but I have thought about it, that the wizard, the one that everyone knows and thinks is Gandalf, will actually not be Gandalf. And I was a bit on the fence on that theory thinking about it, because he does look like Gandalf, he does act a bit like Gandalf, and we have seen the Dark Wizard, which a lot of people think it's Saruman, because actually the actor that they took, which is, I don't remember his name, does look a bit like Saruman, and he does have that presence. So this was on the fence, but with episode 6, with Gandalf constantly asking, can you teach me this, can you teach me that, can you teach me to wield that power and to become more skillful and more powerful and have more knowledge, that's something that he constantly asks Tom Bombadil. And with Saruman canonically being the leader of the White Order and fighting against Saruman, like at least on the surface, he might actually turn out to be Saruman and the Dark Wizard to be someone entirely different, maybe one of the Blue Wizards, who knows. But if that happens, that would be the attempt from the show to do the subverting of expectations, which all shows like to do, and go, haha, we tricked you. You thought this was Gandalf because we've pulled out all these little hints around it, the Grand Elf, the Gant, everything, the raggy clothes and everything else. But no, this will actually be Saruman when he was good, and he will be good in the show, and he will get corrupted by Sauron by the end of the show. Once again, stupid theory, but viable, because the show is so stupid that it makes such stupid decisions and presents us with even more idiotic scenarios that this might actually be true. And for number 1, I just want to give a special thank you to everyone who pointed that out, and I think this is not even a theory, but this will happen. However, because it still hasn't happened, it might be a subversion of expectations, even with the hashtags, with every interview, even before the show, with the Galadriel. I can fix him from the super fans, if you remember a couple of years ago. The number 1 theory that I want to present is that Sauron and Galadriel will either kiss, bang, or fall in love. This has been in the works ever since the beginning of season 1. We all seen it, we have seen their dynamic, we have seen what they're trying to present, we have seen that they're trying to be like, oh, I like the bad boy, I like to fix him, I like to be in his arms, but he has betrayed me, but I cannot fight these feelings. This has been enhanced in season 2 a lot, especially from Sauron when he laments over Galadriel by talking to that female elven smith. And this is probably what is going to happen, and we have actually seen the scene in which this might happen. If you remember from the trailer, when they're fighting and I think Galadriel is wielding the crown, or was it the other way around? I don't remember anymore. This will be the I cannot fight my feelings, and they'll kiss under all the destruction that is coming around them. And I think this is probably gonna come in the next episode, because at the end of episode 6 the orcs already attacked Eregion, so this might happen in the next episode, and if that happens, I mentioned before in my previous episode review, this will be the backlash to burn everything down. I think this will have an outcry so big that it will be physically felt by people in the world, not just on the internet. So these are the 5 theories that I think might actually happen. I want to once again express thanks to the people who wrote them, and if this turns out to be good, then you should probably take a sip of something very cold and probably just contemplate on your career and that you might be a fortune teller. So thank you very much for watching. Please, if you have any more theories, please write them down in the comments below. Tell me what you think about the theories that I listed in this video. Do you think they're possible? Do you think they might not happen? And I'll see you guys in the next video. Press the like and subscribe button to support me. Support me on my Patreon, where I raise money for homeless animals and animals in shelters, and you can follow me on my socials. Thank you. I have been Helzo, and this was DiscussThing. I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers and stay fresh.